Yo, 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 DOT. Salon, Zom City. Welcome to the stream. We're going to see how this one kind of goes. I'm streaming from the road today. No green screen. And I'm getting some crazy echo back on my mic. And I don't know if that's just because it's this like crazy small hotel room. But we'll see. What's up, Soldier? Let me just take a moment and get a link posted, all that good stuff. You guys will have to tell me how the audio is. I'm doing just a little bit of a different setup, but I'll switch over to the live view in just a moment. Jim Kramer, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Zom, you're saying I sound good? Okay, then hopefully that crazy ass echo is just in my own ear. And if it is, fine. But let's get some links thrown out here. Drop one there. Let's hit up a line. Gotta go. One there. Let's do another. Got chats on chats on chats on chats. All right, let's see. Last thing, good old Discord. Boom, there we go. Last of the chat links. Now, I'm also doing things a little bit different as I am actually watching the chat from my phone, but let's go ahead and get into the whole Gods at War kickoff and live streaming. Come hang out in my hotel room with me. Just hanging out here. Doing some good old Gods at War streaming. No green screen, so you got nothing but my comfy bed back there. Me, just hanging out. Nice small hotel room, watching the chat. But hopefully, I think I finally found my solution to some glitch action and whatnot, but it kind of seems like no matter what I do, I eventually got one problem here or there. So we're just going to do some grinding tonight, right? There's an event. Haven't done any event grinding in a little while. What better place to do it from than on the road and get things moving? Nothing too fancy, right? We'll do a rundown of the event and just basically here to just BS with you all while we do some grinding. So let's do some event update. I am currently ranked 42,419th. Yeah. Killing it. But you know who I'm beating? I'm beating 42,420. I've got a total of 260 souls. Got plenty of work to do there. Reward-wise, I am just crushing, absolutely crushing the purple tier there. But I mean, ultimately, this is actually a repeat event for me. I already have Thor, already have Loki. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a duplicate of each. Personally, I'd rather have another Thor than another Loki, but I'm not going to be pushing all the way. I mean, I'd be happy to go ahead and get this Herrick, just because that'll be a level 10 food for Loki. I'd like to work my way up to the 100 Portal Stones. That way I can have those saved all the way up to the next event next week. I'm assuming there's one. So don't start asking any questions. Straight up just assuming there's going to be an event next week, and 100 Portal Stones would be nice to have. I doubt I'm going to break 1,000. We'll see. I got 76 Portal Stones here to just work up. And I'm going to stop the event overview there. If you want a full-on event overview, go check out my event overview video, right? That's where you'll get all the good info. But what do we got happening? We've got some daily quests to wrap up. I got some temple pulls to do. Let's just knock out some daily bonuses. See if we can get some random 3 stars in there. Keep an eye on chat right down there. Stone Mallet, yeah. Oh, so here you go. Let's just start out random topic of the day. Let me know in the comments. So I'm going to be putting up a poll in my 3-star. It's food. I consider that good food. I'm going to be putting up a poll in my line chat today. And the conversation just came up in there. Another 3-star. I'll take that. The conversation was just coming up about relics that we haven't seen in a while, relics that people wish they can get their hands on, etc., etc. So I'm going to be putting a poll if you're in the line chat. If not, you can get in there to take it. Just shoot me a message online. My ID is right there. But shoot me a message if you want to get in on that. I'm going to do a poll and see if I can send some feedback. And I really want to get a push to get a full-on relic event going. But not just any relic event. I want all the relics we haven't seen in a long, long time. I really want to see, not that I don't even know if they'll really have any value, but I just want to get my hands on them. Protector, Defender, Wild Arrows. I'd love to see the Ice, what is it? The Ice Maul, not the Hammer. The Heartseeker, things like that, that people are basically saying like they totally want these relics. I think if they can also fix the physical drop relic by then they should put the guaranteed Volcano Vein for the troop buff, and they should also put in the Great Plague for the Panther buff. I'd love to see the return of all the 4-star rings. What do you guys think? Would you be like in on that type of relic event? Would you be down for that? You know, what do you guys think? Throw me some comments, because I haven't put the poll together yet. I need to. I actually need to just jump on the DOT database, shout out to Yuki, and just kind of run through there and be like, what have we not seen in a long, long time? And see if we can get a full-on relic event. You know, what's the benefit of being able to send feedback to a dev if you can't throw a random request out there every so often? On that note, just going to keep the grind going. Just grinding it. I'm sure you all doing way better than me at the event. I got all of the Deceits. I got all of the Icier relics. Although I really, really would not mind having the... I don't need you, Siri. Having the... Where is it? Here we go. The Shield of the Gods. I really wouldn't mind having that, both the 3-star. I would love to have the 4-star, but there's no way I'm going to 24,000 souls. It's just not happening. 9,000, I could probably make that happen if I wanted to. But all of that just for the 3-star, I don't know if I would make that kind of a push. Let's just do some grind and see what happens. So I'm bringing out my baby Thor. I'll give you an update. Where am I at right now? Where am I chilling? So I'm still in the Sanctuary Delta group. What do we have? I think we've got a couple of open spaces here. We've got 6 open spaces. I think we had just promoted a couple players up to our upper team. Sanctuary Omega. I think they're actually playing under Sanctuary X right now. But got a few spaces open here. This is a bit more of just a casual chill here for players to really level up and grow. Recently brought on a whole bunch of new players with DOT, so we've got some really good, some good people on here, new to the game, getting in there. So shout out to the whole alliance here that's in the Delta Sanctuary group. Put you all up here on the live stream. Some taking a little bit more chill time right now. Been focusing on doing upgrades, not so much the VP, and that's cool. That's what this team here is all about. And a couple of people on a holiday right now, so it's all good. That's us. That's where we're at. Chilling out here in Champion League. Ta-da! But Sanctuary rocks. Fantastic, fantastic group. If you're looking for one of those home away from home kind of things, you know where to get me. So I think it's pretty much no surprise by now. So what's been happening? I've been heading out here to just the Borderlands, just kind of hanging out. Like I said, I got a baby Thor here. So yeah, I've just been finding these guys, just kind of collecting any souls that I possibly can to get tokens, gems, portal stones right now. It's not so much for the VP at this point in time. Again, just been taking it pretty easy lately. Been a crazy ass couple of weeks, just between insane amounts of travel, blah blah blah, work, life. So DOT, I've been getting here and just getting every possible grind I can and never missing them dailies. Videos, man, the struggle is real. Let's do some raiding though. Let's take Thor out. So this is the Thor I got. If you want to just see what I'm working with, he's at level 25. So I got 2 skills, 2 relic slots. So why not just put some more lightning damage on him? He's got Thor's hammer. I got Titan AP, Titan armor, another Titan AP, and resist against fire. So I'm actually pretty happy with my Thor build. I've got no problem with that whatsoever, for the fact that the Thor's hammer already has damage boost, health boost, armor boost, plus another armor boost skill, and the attack radius. I'm actually pretty happy to have double AP, and resist against fire. That's at least the Unax that he's a little bit resistant to. So I do also have Loki. If you want to see that, might as well pull that up. Right, what do we got? What do we got? Loki's skills. So we got good old Loki's daggers, as everyone knows, and then I got AP, crit, AP, and lightning damage. I'm also actually really happy with that Loki build. With the 2 AP, I've got the crit, but he's got in Loki's daggers. Of course, he already has the damage and critical boost, which then I've got another lightning damage boost, plus all the relics that come with the lightning damage now that are so easily available. I think he actually could be a pretty good infiltrator if I put some energy into him. But right now, Thor has actually been a good project for me, just for the fact I know champions are a little slow. But it's Thor. How did you not want to play with Thor? I mean, look at that. It's freaking awesome. And I've just been going at this with the good old 1.3 boost. Nothing too fancy. Just working it like everyone else is. Got the grind going. Pisces Shark, yo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Let's see, Joker. Brainy. Good old Brainy, right? Valkyrie or Odin, who would I choose? If this is just based off of the character, not going off of skills whatsoever, I would take Odin over Valkyrie, even though I really like the artwork on Valkyrie. Her wings are insane. Absolutely awesome. But if I just had to choose based off of just who they are, I would go Odin all the way. Pisces, you got Venom Tusk on Monday, and he's level 20 now. Nice. I've got a Venom Tusk, and he's an old one. I think my Venom Tusk, because I just kind of put him on the bench once champions died out a little bit. I think he still has like 2 locked skills, because I think he's only at level 30, maybe 40, but might still have a locked skill. I don't know. Brainy Odin mustn't buff militia. He must buff the new troops. Has now a bigger problem. They really need to fix issues in DOT. There are some issues. You know, the last stream, they definitely addressed that there are many bugs that they are themselves aware of fixing. They've also got a very, very slow rollout for the 1.21 update, just because they want to make sure they do all of their bug tests and whatnot. And Odin mustn't buff militia. He must buff the new troops. I honestly think, in my own opinion, just pure speculation of what's happening, I think that we've got a little bit of an intentional, come on, whatever, intentional stalling with a couple events. The reason why we haven't gone right into Valkyrie or Odin already, because we had like Thor, one other event, then Loki, and now we've been, what, on 2 weeks, possibly 3 since Loki. I think that is because I honestly think and hope that it's because the devs are trying to get the Lightning troops out before Valkyrie and Odin come out, because as a Guardian and as a Ranger, they should actually buff the troops. So I hope that we've got a delay in them coming out until the troops come out. That way we actually get the proper Guardian and the proper Ranger. Now, once those troops are out, yet again, based off of skills, I don't know. I think Valkyrie has the potential to be one really good defender, just because there's not going to be a lot of people that are ready to counter Lightning on defense. And same thing, I think, offensively, like their offense isn't designed to resist a Lightning defense. And I think on the flip side, Odin will be really good for going offensive, because a lot of people are not stacked to set up against a Lightning offense. People have literally just thrown away their Lightning resist Titans. Yeah, so that's my speculation there. Pisces, you've got health, damage, health, AP, and resist lightning as Venom Tusk skills. Now, that lightning resist might be pretty good for Venom Tusk. Right in a lot, you're going for 3K for the third pre-level Titan. Nice. Well, yeah, what does that give you? Manfred at this point in time? Right, is that who it is? Right, the champion, and that would be some pretty good food for your Venom Tusk, for sure. We're just going to follow Thor around. That's what this is all about. Watch him as he just does his figure eights. Don't go too far. There you go. Nice and simple. Again, I'm doing this grind here pretty much just straight up for souls. Not worried about chasing VP, not worried about chasing resources at the moment. I mean, this really is just strictly me collecting souls, so that way I can get myself to at least what I want to end up hitting is the 100 portal stones. That's what I'm in it for. If I can get up to there, I'm golden, because then I've got the right portal stones that I need for setup for future event, next week. Which I might end up going back to our Omega team just for the Odin and or Valkyrie event. My guess is that Valkyrie will come out first. I honestly think that Odin is going to be the last Norse god. CY, what's up? Welcome to the stream. If you get a little echo from the sound, it's not you, it's me. And it's a number of things. It's either I screwed something up in my audio setting, but I think I'm getting just a lot of kickback from I'm in a hotel room right now, as you can see, right? Welcome. That's where I'm sleeping tonight. That's my sweet, sweet Hilton hotel bed. Home away from home. But here's something interesting for you guys, right? So tomorrow, all goes well, and, well, it really should go well, because I don't have a reason why it shouldn't, unless, well, life happens, right? Murphy's Law right there. That you may get a very special edition type of either live stream or video from myself and or Bo. Stay tuned. Working on actually coordinating a YouTuber get-together with Bo tomorrow. As we may be crossing paths out on the road. And we're talking about, hey, can we maybe put a live stream together, or at least put up together like a video or something like that? 2 Titans. There's some more food for the Titan Hall for down the road. Guardians, I consider that. See, I'm gonna go based off of the fact that we were just talking about Valkyrie being a Guardian. That I think that event's gonna come up next, and then boom, getting 2 Guardian Titans as a drop. That's the universe just putting signs in front of me right there. Pisces not going for any Norse god because I have Venom test now, so no point in new Titan anytime soon. Pisces, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I don't disagree with what you're kind of saying there. When you've got a brand new Titan to possibly work on, it's a lot to try to take on multiple projects. But I mean, personally, I would not encourage anybody to not collect the Norse gods. I don't think that would be total sound advice there. I'm going to say, get out there, get at least some of the Norse gods. Don't necessarily have to get them all, even though I am, just because I love Norse mythology. And based off of that alone, it's Thor, Loki, a Valkyrie, and Odin. Gotta get him. I mean, that's pretty much just what it comes down to for me. Now, the only thing that, this has come up just to kind of go through the run of the mill with the Norse gods, since that's the event that's up again right now, is I personally would have preferred to see Valkyrie actually as a class of Titan versus just the name. I mean, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a terrible move that they made. But I think Valkyrie is an excellent class for the actual Lightning troop. Let it be the Valkyrie, and that's the troop, and you get maybe a flying troop of some kind. And I think the Titan, there's a lot you could have done with a new Titan. You could have done Tyr, you could have done Heimdall and let him be the Guardian. Heimdall, I think, would be an excellent Paladin Lightning Titan. I hope they do that in the future. I think that would be great. But you could use any of the Warriors 3, specifically my favorite one, Fandral, right? That could be that could have been a Titan. I don't know, I'm just throwing some stuff out there, right? You don't have any money or saved up gems or tokens, so cool, that totally makes sense. I mean, based off of all of that, I mean, yeah, you go for what you can go for ultimately, but as long as you're not passing at them just because it's like, I have no interest in getting them. I feel like anyone who passes on them for that reason may have a little bit of regrets to live with, personally. But if it's one of those, you just don't have the gems, don't have the tokens, don't have the cash flow, all those are totally legit reasons to not go for the Norse gods. So, no shame in that game, bro. Get the grind going. Yo. So why you stop going for self-buffing titans? Because they aren't end-game titan. They might not be end-game titan at the moment. I know I myself have personally just kind of learned that, meta can change. What you need can change. What endgame could be can change. I mean, look at us months ago. Several months ago, nobody wanted to touch Panthers at all. And now everybody uses Panthers for everything. I mean, people have literally just stacks on stacks on stacks of Panthers. Months ago, everyone was like, Panthers? Those troops suck. Who's going to use those? Things can change, with elements, with resistance, the right relics. A self-buffing Titan can be your solo trip right there. I don't know. So always look to see, is there just a potential? We also know that there's a lot of troop AI that's going to be changing. So maybe we'll get back to the day where a champion and solo raids really is what it's all about again. I mean, I think the devs made it pretty clear. They will be changing Panther AI. If you didn't catch the dev live stream or catch my Talk of Titans episode, doing a recap of that, the devs specifically called out Panthers, and they said maybe that might be changing because the current meta is everybody just runs Panthers. There we go. Thor. Sweet, sweet level 25 Thor. I mean, that looks pretty cool. Taking on my sweet, sweet, like level 9 lands. A minute for the souls. Nothing else. 13 souls at a time. All the way up to my 100 portal stones. Hector, you got your Loki today. AP, lightning damage, and then the Loki daggers, of course. I think that's a pretty legitimate build. I myself personally would prefer to have AP with the damage. I don't want damage all by itself necessarily. AP I think is always great, but I would take even AP with critical. I don't enjoy personally getting damage all by itself. Like, no matter how much crazy damage you have, it doesn't count if you can't get past armor. So I think APs with damage, I consider that a solid build in my book. Yeah, I see why you meant troop buffing Titans compared to self-buffing Titans, but you see, I don't count self-buffing Titans out. I don't think they are necessarily not endgame potential. It's just a little different endgame potential. Yeah, I'm not taking on anything that big. I don't need to go that big right now, right? So let's just keep raiding these borderlands. See why I got 3 max troops and an infiltrator. I got my fair share of solo titans. Nice, nice, nice. Joseph, he just got Thor to level 35. Nice. I mean, as far as between all the champions that I have, Thor is getting my attention there. I've been trying to take him to the altar, not the altar, what is it? Arena every single day. On occasion, I alternate him out for Basathi because I do want to get Basathi leveled up. She is currently my only 4-star Poison Ranger. Goliath, did you seriously just like walk right through that? Why did that Goliath just stroll right through? Not one, but 2 sets of troops. And that right there is why Troop AI also will be getting worked on. You got the 5-star relic for infiltrators, AP is banned, and crit and damage is more wanted as skills. Yes, if. I totally agree with you, Pisces. Yet again, it's one of those if. There's a lot of things that could be better, would be better, if. If you don't have the 5-star relic, well, then AP and crit and all that stuff is actually really good. So it's just a matter of the ifs. The only 5-star one I know that I personally have is the champion one. And I do have that on Siggy right now. Let's see, I don't know. I'm kind of watching my own stream here for a moment. I think overall, minus my little bit of echo in the room I'm in right now, that's what I'm blaming it on for now. I just like to find random shit and just blame it on that. We all know it's actually my fault, but no big deal. But I am running things a bit differently. I'm still trying to find what's the right finesse for basically working on these live streams with the equipment that I have. And I was really leaning towards getting like an Elgato. And the more and more that I kind of read into it, I was reading a lot of comments that a MacBook Pro and Elgato just don't always work so well together. But I was like, I've got to do something. I've got to do absolutely something to eliminate and cut down on all that glitching and stuff like that. Which, with the fix I've got right now, seems to have done that. There's not really a whole lot, if really any, actual pixelation and glitching. Now, there may be just a touch of lag, and then this echo, at least for my own self. This echo drives me crazy, just a touch. But I would almost prefer to have that over the glitching. The glitching was just driving me crazy. So what I've done is I'm currently working on. I've got 4 screens in front of me right now. And just anyone watching that's interested in like live stream setup, stuff like that. So right now, right in front of me, right there are you guys, which is my camera. My laptop is all right here. I've got my game show software running on that, which is my streaming software that I use. I had grabbed OBS and was working with that, but it actually lagged way worse than game show. Again, might have just been how I had things set up, but if it didn't beat it right away, then I'm just going to leave it behind. So I got Game Show. I've got my screen right here where I'm actually monitoring the stream itself. And then over here, I've got my iPad. And that's where I'm gaming it at. But then up to the side of me, I actually connected to my hotel room TV. And the reason why I did that is I found, just through a little trial and error, I didn't even have to read forums for this stuff, just trial and error. I said, you know, what would happen if I set up my second screen and I used QuickTime? So I set it up as QuickTime to record a video. And what I'm doing is basically, rather than recording a movie with QuickTime, I'm actually using GameShow to capture that screen and using that as the game screen right here. So this gameplay is the capture of a screen that is the display of my iPad, right? But it eliminated all that terrible 8 pixelation, like 8-bit style and whatnot. But there's some things you just can't win when you're just basically solving your problems with the digital version of duct tape and you're streaming from a hotel room and using a hotel Wi-Fi. What are you going to do? I like to keep things top notch. You come to my restaurant and I'm going to serve you, I hate this map, I'm going to serve you the absolute best frozen food I possibly can. Chef right there would probably just shit his pants, as well as mine, for saying something like that. Frozen food? This is blasphemy. Oh man, those archers are about to get smoked. Barbecued archer coming up right now. Toast. Oh, but you know what? Here's the nice part. Get a nice group of troops to absorb that spell, and that spell's damage has to be spread out amongst the multiple units. That now you can see there's actually minimal damage done to multiple units, which of course is a lot different than one spell versus one troop. Spread it out. Pisces, you got 3 4-star Titans, 1 3-star maxed, and all other Titans are just food. See why you need some event relics. You remember my post online. I definitely need to get that one up. I've got to still post out there. I haven't done the poll yet, but I'm going to. Unfortunately for self-buffing Titans, you need relics for most events to get resists from other elements. Very true. What relics am I running on Thor? I'll pull that up in just a minute. Right now, and they're not maxed, but I've got, I believe, the Cape of Aesir and the Orb of Duality are the two. So I've got Orb of Duality, which I've got at level 7 out of 10. This was a relic that the moment I got it, I put major attention into it. So there we've got the lightning damage, Titan Army resist against ice, and Titan Army resist against poison. That's a winning relic in my book. And then I've got the Cape of Aesir, which I got up to 8 of 10. So lightning damage, critical boost, and armor piercing for Titans and troops. So I really like that relic setup as well. So I put that on him. I think this is also a really good relic for Loki, even if you were to run that too. I don't know if you can hear that music. But let me also tell you, so currently where I'm at, I am playing DOT from Biloxi, Mississippi. I actually really like it down here. Right across from the beach, which is great. But it's also spring break week. Now, what does that mean? It means a hell of a lot of noise outside of my room window from everybody rolling up in their party mode. All I want to do is just get my stream on. That's all. Just let me do my streaming. In peace and quiet. old for spring break. Too old for that business now. Too old for it when I'm not on spring break. If I was on spring break, it would be a different story. Pisces Shark, did I watch the dev stream? Yes, Pisces. Every week I watch it, and I don't know. I feel like you've been on a break for a little while. It seems like you're kind of getting back into it. But if you're not aware, every single week I do a dev live stream recap called Talk of Titans, and I do a full rundown of their stream in 5 minutes or less. That's my goal. Take their entire stream and run down everything that was, for the most part, important in 5 minutes or less. We'll give that guy a little break now. So let's see. You asked them if they were going to do Element Relic Altars, and they are thinking of setting up a date for that. Yes, I did. I actually recapped that question. The only thing I'm not able to do is recap exactly who asks what, but I do remember covering that in my video as well as them responding to it in theirs, that Haig said he would look into getting it back in the mix for the future. So I think that's great. I think those specific altars were actually a really good thing for them. I know I want to see another all relic event, but I want an all relics that are basically have been MIA from the game for a while. Let's see, I'm going to switch over. DOT database. Let me just throw out some relics that I'm want to put as a suggestion for this event that I want to suggest to the developers. But again, I want feedback, so if you're in my line chat, that's where my poll's going to go. I want to see a relic event for, let's go through a few things that we've got here. I would suggest the following relics. Defender. Wouldn't even mind seeing Doomfire come back around. I would also like to see... I'd like to see the 4-star rings. I'd like to see each of those come around. What's another one? I feel like it's been a while since I've seen a 4-star Drake scale. I don't know, that's just me. This is why I need community feedback, because, maybe there's things that I'm just not seeing as often, but I feel like it's been forever since I've had a 4-star Drake scales come around. I don't have one. What else would I put in here? If they could literally guarantee it, I would like to see the Panther version of the Great Plague. I think that would be great. The Heartseeker was actually a request, so we'll put that suggestion in there. Let's see, what else is in here? Protector, that's another one. I would put the suggestion for a Protector. Just looking it up on the database right now. What else would I do here? I think those are okay. Wild Arrows, that's another one. So those are the 4 stars. Let's see if we take a look at the 3 stars. What else would I put in here? Acid Blade. I couldn't even tell you the last time we saw that. So I'd go Acid Blade. I don't know. I mean, I've got them, but I feel yet again it's been forever since I've seen things like the Backbiter, which gives you damage to a specific troop. Earth Sight, maybe. I'm just kind of throwing some stuff out there now. Foe Crusher for a 3-star. I feel like we haven't seen the Gambeson in a while. What's another 3-star? 3-star Ice Arrows. I don't know. So that's, I mean, that's just a little start of the list. I'm not going to run through the whole thing right now with you all, but that's basically a little idea of what I'd like to kind of just see suggested, that I'm going to suggest to the devs, but I want to just continue to get the community feedback on this. And yeah, I'm not going to try to say put them at this souls, but I'm going to say, hey, here's a whole list of relics. I think it would be a great idea to do a full-on relic event and have some of these old-timer relics in there. So let's see. Now I'm switching back over to the chat. Let me see what you guys think of this. What does my Venom Tusk have? Are you asking Pisces or asking me? I guess I saw that one a little late there. Pisces, you're excited for the new campaigns. I don't think they're going to be doing new campaigns. I'm not necessarily sure how you read into that, because, I mean, of course, things are always open to interpretation. But I got the vibe that new campaigns and a new Adventures Guild, well, we've, in the past, if it's several weeks ago, we got the feedback from the devs that they actually want to change the Adventures Guild building into something that you can upgrade and move Adventures Guild missions into the campaign and basically just continue to expand on that. But I think Dom's exact response to what about new campaigns was, that's the dream. And I think it's exactly that right now. I think it's just a dream right now. I don't think we're going to see any new campaigns in the near future. I think it would be minimum. I think it'll be minimum of 6 months before we ever see new campaign-style missions. Ooh, Zomsteady, that's a good question. Really good question. What new skill would you bring into the game? Bo, what up, what up? Oh, Hector, Boar's Helm. Okay. The Ice Arrows, yep. Change troop damage to ice, like Ice Maul for Titan. Yeah, right there you go. That's on the list. Some of them, I'm sure they'll kind of be like, no, there's a reason why we are not doing that anymore. And I feel like that would be the response to the Ice Maul and the Ice Arrows. They're just like, nope, we're not doing elemental change anymore. But I still want to just put the suggestion out there because you know what? Guess what? There's players that have it and players that want it. Let's see. What new skills would I bring into the game? And I know that is also something that the devs are working on, is they said that they're playing with new skills both for relics and even for Titans in general, you know. So what would I do? All right, so I'll talk about this way. As far as new skills go, I'm going to say this is a skill, whether it be on a Titan or on a relic. These are some ones I'd put out there. Get comfortable for this one. I would put out a troop speed buffing skill. I feel like that would probably be a little bit better for a relic, but I would like to see a skill that allows my Goliaths to move faster and even my Unax. So this speed, maybe it's actual physical speed of moving across the battlefield, or even a rate of fire speed. Like if we can get a skill that makes archers fire quicker, or grenadiers fire quicker, or even the Ranger itself, Titan, fire quicker. I think some type of a speed boost like that would actually be pretty good, in my opinion. Let me see, what else would I put out there? Bo, you say that you would trade your Ice Maul for 60k gems. And that's why they need the DOT marketplace, right? Sell off things that you don't want, let other people buy it. Based off of that, I'm just going to assume that there's not as much value in the Ice Maul Salzar anymore, right? What other skills? Let's see. Let's think just maybe Titan only. Maybe, I mean, this is just off of an idea of what the dev said is having skills that counter things that don't have counters right now. Let's say, like health. Although, I mean, damage counters your health, but, what actually, what really helps make a lasting impression on that? And maybe we could have some kind of a damage skill that literally has a lasting impression. Like, damage done to a Titan, remains for an additional 5 seconds. So after you do that damage, there's still a little bit of a ripple effect of that damage for a few more seconds after your initial hit or each hit, because sometimes there's those few seconds in between. I would also like to see some resists. It might be nice to see some resist charge and resist flank. Just because Panthers right now get massive, massive damage from charge and flank. Same thing for critical. Can we have some kind of a resist critical? Excuse me. I mean, that's automatic 3 times damage right there. And the only thing you have to resist it is armor. What else would I do? Godan was thinking the same type of skill, or maybe a haste spell. I think a spell for speed would be great too. Drop that and be able to speed, specific troops up. That part would suck when it comes to Goliath, like just choosing one Goliath to speed up. Although sometimes maybe that's all you need. Or you could do the good old grouping like this. Group them all together, drop that speed spell on them, and have them go. But I think that would actually be pretty valuable as a skill, maybe. I don't know. That'd be my opinion on that one. What are some other just random ass things that would be good for a skill? I would like to see some regeneration. I think this is also actually a skill opportunity. A spell opportunity. Regeneration or healing. That troops or your Titan regenerate X amount of health over X amount of, time. And maybe it's just small, like your troops or Titan regenerate 10% of their health every, 15 seconds, or maybe it's over every 5 seconds, because we've got to consider raids are typically over in 30 seconds on average, a minute for maybe other players. So, I mean, you can't have it be like, oh, get 50% health every 1 second, because that would not work well. It's got to be just enough to get something, but not enough to break the game, so to say. So I guess I'm gonna flip the question back on you. Like, what else would you guys think for skills, whether they be put as a relic or put as an actual Titan skill? You know, what would be some things that you think would be a benefit to the game? That's a good one. That's kind of got me really thinking here. I mean, here's one thing for a relic. You know, we've got these Titans like Thor. Um, who's another one that does it? Does Aurea? I can't remember if Loki does it too, even though I just read skills and Vixia, I believe. I don't know, but they've got the radius increase. I think that would actually be a skill that would be pretty good for a relic. Have the opportunity to increase a Titan's damage radius, whoever you equip it to. So that would be another skill, but that would probably be one I'd put on a relic because some Titans already have it. But I think it'd be great as a relic because if you did get the Titan that already has that increase, let me increase it even more. You know, I've got a 20% radius increase on Thor. Give me another 20% on a relic, and boom, there we go. I've got a 40% radius increase for Thor. I'd actually be pretty happy with that. More damage around him. Cool. Milestone reward unlocked. Great. We're at 500. What do we get? No, we got Herrick there. So my goal, get up to the 750 and get the 100 portal stones. You know, so that's another 250. Very, very achievable. I'll keep grinding anything past that. But in all honesty, I already have Song of Storms, which I keep just because you don't see it that often. It's just not great relic. It's really not all that good, to be honest, but could be used to just kind of cap off just a little bit of what you might need. If I can go all the way up to even those extra 250 gems, that's great. You know, that's another, what, 750 souls in the next couple days, something like that. All right, what's our time? Yeah, next 2 days. Go as far as I can. Honestly, I will be very, very happy just getting that next 100 portal stones set, so that way I can be all set for whatever next week's event might be, if there is even going to be one. I mean, I hope that there is. I don't know if I want next week to be Valkyrie or Odin yet, to be honest. And there's a couple reasons. Number one, next week is going to be one of the busiest work weeks of the year for me. So I don't know if I would really be able to get in and do a grind, let alone even do a stream if Valkyrie or Odin came up next week. So selfishly, that's why I hope they are not next week. But you do what you got to do, right? Other reasons why? I don't know. I just feel like coming off of another Thor and Loki event, I just don't think I'd want to do a back-to-back Norse God one. Just feeling like I'm just mentally, I'm not really there. I'm not really ready for Valkyrie and Odin yet. I feel like 2 more weeks would put me there. 3 weeks, okay. 4 weeks would be too long. Like I'm ready. I'm just not next week ready. And it's primarily for selfish reasons. Next week, it would be tough for me to get in and actually do a Norse God event next week. Almost any other Titan, like I'd probably be okay just being like, it's okay if I skip on that one, not a big deal. But if it's Valkyrie or Odin, I really want to be able to buckle down and do some proper streaming for you all for both of those events, both Valkyrie and Odin. So it's pretty much all selfish reasons why I don't want that event to come up next week. But I am ready for it. I mean, I did some over pulling. Let me see where we're at. I did some over pulling during the Loki event because I got Loki on our Delta team, and then our Omega team was right on the threshold of getting, what was it? Ishkar. And I didn't have Ishkar. A lot of players didn't have Ishkar. So we said, let's push. Let's get into that top 50. We were right on the cusp, like 40. No, that's not 40. Like 52, 56. We were toggling between there. So I jumped up there and I did a couple extra relic pulls to help just kind of keep that push going, which then I was left over with a bunch of them. So for the Valkyrie and Odin event, I already have lined up whichever one comes first. That's who I'll use it for. So I've got 2 1/4 2-star old tankards. And then I've got a couple of 3-stars, actually. I got lucky with some back-to-back pulls there. I think I actually had like 2 or maybe even 3 like back-to-back 3-stars. Wherever you are. You're in the O's, that's where you are. Relics on relics on relics. A bunch of these, then I just need to forge away. There we go. So I've got 2 3-stars. One with 8 uses still and one with 6. So those will definitely go into whatever Norse god is up next, which for me I'm pretty happy with because that will be giving me a full-on nice push right at the beginning to get going a little bit further. I feel like you guys are just really delayed on getting this Panther. So what if we turn you that way? There we go. Something like that. Something like that. Looking good, Thor. I think we'll have to use some of our last portal stones because this will probably be some of the last of my raids for the night. Used up these 76 portal stones, almost. I think we're going to do 2. Because it'll be the last of my night. They'll regenerate overnight. I've moved up to rank 27,000, so I ditched all the way out of the 40s, all the way through the 30s, and now in the 20s. Still not going to make it even to the bottom category, but that's alright. That's 250 gems. Let's take a wrap around the arenas. Let's bring Thor up in here. I'm going to swap out just 2 of these guys for some spearmen. I can't remember the setup, but I don't think this is the one that's the defense, but I forget what the troop lineup is for that one. We'll see. Is this the defend the portal thing? No, this one's not. Okay, so that's fine. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. No, I don't want you to move like that. I literally... There we go. Block you up there, and let's just send you guys this way. There we go. We'll just get some Thor, a little bit of XP here. After this, we'll hit the monument for the night. And we might have enough for just one more raid of souls to call it quits for the evening. So pretty short, pretty sweet and simple grind. Just wanted to go ahead and get the equipment out to go ahead and do another live stream with you all, as I haven't had a chance to do them as often as I was for a little while, let alone really be able to do a whole lot of the extra stuff that I was getting into. We'll see if we can get things back on track, but that is just that's just the life. And you're living the life on the road all the time really starts to cut back. But guess what things are still being worked on? If you have not yet gotten your hands on it, don't forget that you can still get your hands on like the Got Runa shirts and all of that good stuff too. Still working on those, still getting those out there. Got Runas, Do You Even Crit shirts. No, that'll actually be next month, I think. What did we say? We said this month, primarily working on getting out the Crazy Cat Lady Ladega shirts. Oof, well, technically not, right? But Crazy Cat Lady shirts. I think Arch Stanton is getting his hands on one of those. Bo, we got you getting your hands on your Got Runa, sitting right over there on my suitcase. I got your Got Runa coming up there. So all of those are still available. There we go. So there's some extra Titan XP. Let's see if we can get lucky off of these monuments as well. Titan Monument. Thor, can you get lucky? Bring home 3 Titans. All level 12. Heck, even maybe a 2-star. I don't know if I've ever gotten a 2-star from the monuments, but they're there. There we go. Do it, Thor. Game Rescue, how's the grind? Oh, slow but steady. I'm not going to complete this event. I've already got Thor. I've already got Loki. Thor is out here doing his laps. He's getting his cardio in while he can. I also already, since I finished both of those events, I already have all of the deceit and all of the Icier relics. So for me, honestly, no, not you, Siri. For me, I'm honestly in it for just a few extra gems, a couple extra tokens, and the portal stones. I'm actually eager to just get my hands on my last major milestone, just because I'm on the road working again this weekend, is the 100 portal stones. So I'm 250 souls away from that, which is totally doable. If it's not, then I just really suck at life. And have 150 portal stones set up to go into whatever the next event may be. So that is what my actual big milestone is, which is attainable because I really don't need to push any further, just to be honest. All right, 112 level, another 1 star. Level 1 star. Only 2 titans. That's okay. At least I got 1. And it's a champion, so it's food for Thor. So that's cool. I know I can't wait for another fusion event. The last fusion event, I was working all day long, so I only had just a couple of hours to try and get everything in. So I was only able to use like 1 set of food. I wasn't able to raid and get additional food supply in to do more and more fusion. So I really need another fusion event to come around so I can burn up more. I mean, what do we got here? I still have 192, and counting some of the ones I've gotten, I have 240. I think I was only able to like whittle that down because I was at 240. Able to whittle it down to about 150. And I still had loads and loads of even 1-star titans to get rid of. And I usually try to avoid doing any fusion whatsoever until a fusion event. So, that's kind of that. But we'll throw in, let's see, well, I got to raid a city. I need 6 portal stones, so this is what I got to do. We got some time, right? What do we have here? 6 minutes. Let's take a look at our relics for just a moment. 413 out of 410. Great, we got to forge some stuff away. Let's hit that orb of duality one more time, huh? That orb. Here we go, orb of duality. Let's forge that 1, 2. Three and 4. Game Rescue. Oh, you've got an overview of the event. You know what? I've got to check out your channel there just to double check. Getting the freebies yourself as well. Very nice, very nice. Godan, you were going to stream, but you're tired, and Truth is streaming for the first time. Am I missing out on who's Truth? I got to check in on the band chat, maybe. I know we've had loads and loads of some new DOT content creators, which I think is great, right? But I'm almost having a hard time kind of keeping. Oh, I think I used up my space, right? That's okay. Yeah, I'm almost having like a hard time like keeping up on everything. Let's click some Titans. Godan is his channel up in band? I'll probably have to grab it from there, yeah. And you say yes. Perfect. Let's just pull all these Titans out of here. I got lots of Titans. No, I didn't. I don't need Spearmen. let's get a quick... Just going to get a quick castle raid in here, get my daily wrapped up. I think I got to use up just a couple spells, too. It's a nice engine rumble. I don't think anyone's hit my garrison at all. Just kind of do a little trade-off. You know, that's usually what I do. So when it's my garrison, I'll hit theirs for the daily as well. Just a little trade-off, but no one's hit it in a while. So let's just use some of these nobodies out here at the bottom of the totem poles. Right? Great. Fantastic. Thor, go have fun. Just for the daily. Get it done and over with. Use the borderlands for it, right? That's what they're there for. That's what these borderlands are here for. Is they're just for the quick, easy win when you just need to get shit done. And that's what I'm getting done right now. I'm just getting shit done. Michael, I agree with you. For a player who doesn't have Thor or Loki right now, or didn't get all of those Iceer or Deceit relics, get this one done. If you do not already have this stuff, get this event done if you can. My own opinion. But for someone who already went in full on for the first round, I just don't need this. So I consider this a little bit of an off season, off event for me, which is just fine. I actually don't mind when I've got these off events where it's either I can't afford to go all in, or whether it be time. The only Titans I've made investments to go all in for have been Loki, Thor. Those have been my own all-ins for it. Other than that, you know, I worked off some donations for Kamathi and Jotun in the past. So when I go all in as far as investing my time, like crazy amount of my time throughout the day to get that stuff done, I didn't use up any of my spells, son of a... Damn it. Alright, I still got to get my spells. I got to use up a spell first before I can do anything. So I'll have to... Oh man, I forgot to use spells. Just throw my whole day off. Alright, I gotta wait for 2 portal stones to do that. I'll wrap that up before I go to bed. But, yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I don't personally mind when I've got these kind of off events where I just don't have to invest everything to get them all done. You know, I pick and choose my events, ones that are really valuable and beneficial to me. I'm also a collector, so I really have to keep in mind collectible options like all of the Ancients, right? I've gotten all those, Astaroths, Calvarax, Wukong, things like that. There's very few Titans that I'm a bit disappointed I had to pass on. Not necessarily by option, but what was it? Korthan. I really wanted Korthan. I didn't get him. There's a couple of Titans I have a little bit of... regrets around, not terribly, but like I wish I would have gone in for Krothos, you know, but that's alright. I don't play a lot with Imperials as it is. I wish I would have gone more all in for a Ledega, but at the time I just didn't have what I needed to go for it. So I went for Basathi, which then of course I have a little bit of regrets around that because just a couple weeks later she's 8,000 souls less in cost, and I also could have gotten Basathi and Akosi for less souls than I got my original Basathi for. So, you know, sometimes you gotta play a little strategic on how you're going for these events. But overall, I mean, I'm still pretty happy with the collection I've got so far. But in the end, I mean, let's see. That's gonna wrap up where I think I'm at for my stream tonight. Moved up to rank 27,000, up at almost 550 souls, 546 to be exact. So the next milestone that I'm really looking forward to hit is 100 portal stones. The grind after that is just extra. I don't need that Song of Storms. I actually have one and I keep it just because it's a relic you don't see all that often. 250 gems wouldn't be bad to get my hands on, but I get more gems than that from my daily rewards, so I don't feel like I'm missing out, and I doubt I would push much, much further. So for me, I'm in it for that 100 portal stones right now. That's the nice plus because I'll save those and I'll save these 50 right here until basically the last day that I have to use them, and use those for if there's an event next week to just basically push as far as I need to. So that's what we got. Sirepock, hello. Welcome to the end of my stream, right? Coming in. Game Rescue, naturally you say Odin will come in next week when you're on vacation. Well, I sure hope he doesn't, and I hope it's not Valkyrie because you're on vacation, and next week is the busiest work week of my year. So I need them not to drop that week because I will not even be able to do a stream whatsoever. So I really hope not. Game Rescue, let's see. You miss Kelvarax. Bad move for you in hindsight. He looks fun. You know, I really want to level mine up, but just he hasn't gotten my attention. The one thing I do enjoy is having him for the collection, for the Pantheon. I really can't wait for the Pantheon to come around. Go down, you fuse all 2-star relics. Rescue, I see you say that you're online. Do you, whoop, wrong way. Are me and you connected online? Do I have you in my DOT chat group? If not, there's my line right there. DOT Vandrel, hit me up. Make sure that you're in my chats there. I can't remember, you know, let me know what it's all about. Zalan, you are back to catch the end of the stream. This literally is the end. Going for just shy of an hour and a half, which is cool. I got some grind in. Near doubled my soul count from 2-something to 5-something. That's cool. In it for the portal stones, and not a whole lot else happening here. Last thing I've got to do is I've got to do one more raid soon just to use up some spells so I can build a spell to wrap up my daily. But I won't be doing that on stream because this is pretty much a wrap. So in the end, well, I mean, that's my stream right now for Gods at War. May not be my last stream for the weekend. Possibly stay tuned for a special stream. If anything, at least a special video that will be dropped either from myself or Bo or both, as me and him are actually working up a DOT YouTuber hookup tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. You know, and on that note, I'm going to give you this information right over here. So connect with me socially, right? There's my Discord. You can get connected with me there. Big shout out to the Discord group and Achilles as well, who organized that, I believe, got me involved in it. So on Discord and also in a pretty good and growing DOT Discord chat. On Twitter, you can always follow up any updates, things like that I post. Instagram, if you want some behind the scenes and just some picture stuff of DOT, especially if you want to check out any of the shirts and things like that I make for the DOT community, you can see more of that imagery on Instagram. Most chatty online, where we've got our Sanctuary chats. But if you're not in the Sanctuary Alliance, then you can always get added to my DOT line group, which is fantastic. I'm also right in there on Band with the non-toxic group and their open DOT chat. And I'm on Twitch with some content. And you can even check out my all-new Patreon for Gaming Jaeger swag. So that's pretty much it. Everybody, that was my stream. And that is the stream for Gods at War. Thanks for watching, tuning. If you haven't hit the subscribe yet and watching this after the fact, make sure you do that. And let me know how your progress is going in this stream in general. But that is a wrap. Everyone, again, I'm Jaeger. Thanks for joining me on the stream.